bladder.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to show you how the induction cooktop works. First thing, you got to have a pan here or a pot that a magnet will stick to. Okay, it has to be a pan or pot like that. You stick it on one of the burners. You'll turn the power on, and then you can cook in two different ways. You can cook by heat, which is a 1 through 10 right here, or you can cook by an actual temperature. Press temperature and you can set an actual temperature. Either one, you can set a timer to go with it. So let's say 20 minutes. So it will cook at 360 degrees for 20 minutes and then shut off. And back to the heat, you notice that we can cook by a level 5, and it goes to 10. You can only have a total of 10 with this particular unit. So let's say you can cook 4 here, and on this one you can cook it at 6, and just as long as it doesn't total over 10, that's how this works. And that's about it. Okay, this particular model of microwave that some of you guys have in your rigs, it's the new Whirlpool they're putting in. This door could come open during transit, and so if that happens, this plate will fall out and hit this induction cooktop, bust the plate, bust the induction cooktop, and then we got trouble. So I would say before you travel, take this plate out and put it somewhere safe so it doesn't fall out. This particular model is the only one we're having trouble with.
Yeah, so the Advantium, you're really no issue, and the old microwave's no issue.
Right. That's it. Alright, this is the Fisher Paykel dishwasher that comes in these units. Notice I've got the door locked on this one for travel. To unlock this door, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, you press this right button, it beeps, give it about a second to unlock. In a previous video, we said that a generator will not run this dishwasher. That was incorrect. Special generators like an 8K, 9K diesel, and I have seen some 6500 propane generators run this. I don't know what the difference is, why.
Was it an 8K diesel commercial, or was it that 8K gas?
It wasn't commercial, it was just an 8K RV and then a 10K RV.
Okay.
But I guess the power was smooth enough that it went ahead and run this dishwasher. Most likely though, the generators you're going to have, it'll start beeping, and it won't run it. But
you gonna touch one more time on how to lock it? That's the important thing.
Oh yeah, you can see this one's got a dent in it already. We just picked this rig up, and this is why, because it'll come open during transit and it'll bang this cabinet here, and so you want to lock it. So what you'll do is you'll press this button here and hold it 6 seconds. There's the first beep. Wait till the second beep, and then the door's mechanically locked.
So I don't know if you can actually hear, when you actually touch it, it beeps. So it's actually the third beep. It beeps when you touch it, but okay. You might not hear that frequency, but I do.
Well, I was talking.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's actually, it beeps when you touch it, 2 more beeps, then give it a second to lock, then you're good to go.
Ready for transit. It does unlock anytime you unplug the power, shore power, and plug it back in. So even though you didn't use it, it's unlocked. So before you travel, every time you got to lock it like that.
So for instance, if you just pulled in somewhere, you was going to sleep, all you ran out was your bedroom slide, you never even ran the slide out, but because you plugged into power, it unlocks itself. Anything else?
That's it.
Well, you're looking good today, honey.
So when this sleep number bed has 2 bladders in this one. This is a king size here. They say when you travel to like Colorado or somewhere high altitude, that if you've got it on a high number, it could increase the pressure inside the bladder and bust the bladder.
So make sure you lower it if you're going to be traveling to
lower
different
it
pressures.
down to 0 before you travel up there. Okay, the air conditioners on this coach has 3 air conditioners, and each air conditioner has 2 return air filters, so there'll be 6 in this coach. Here's the return air for zone 1, and you can see there's 2 screws that hold this cover on. You pull the cover off, and there's a foam filter in there that you'll take down. It's like 6 by 10. You'll put the foam filter on the table like this, take your vacuum cleaner, and vacuum off one side, and then turn the filter, vacuum off the other side, get the lint off of it, and then you can either put it right back in, or you could wash it at that point.
Wash it and dry it.
Wash it and dry it, put it back in. The screws are pretty fragile on these covers. You're probably going to strip them out second, third time you clean your filters. So what we do is we can either stud them, or we put blocks of wood on top to give us some new meat to screw into. There's different ways, but
some people put wing nuts. Yeah, there's different
all kinds
ideas.
of different ways. So when you strip the screws out, you've done nothing wrong. That's just the way it is.
If you're not into cleaning the filters, had a couple here yesterday. They told me they found a large piece of this stuff at Walmart for 99 cents. So they just cut the squares and pop it in. But anyway, they are washable. Just don't wash it with a bunch of gunk on it. You'll regret it.
Yeah, it gets embedded. I'm Slade Tenner with Rolling Retreats, and I'm going to go over a few things with you on the outside of an RV, on these DRVs. We'll start here in this basement on the door side. This rig has what's called a pull-out tray. This is a MORride. Works really well. It also goes out the other side, the same way.
That'll hold 800 pounds evenly distributed, but it's on the label. Anyway, we like these new trays.
This particular unit has a whole house vacuum cleaner, central vac system. It's right here, and it comes with a set of hoses that are inside. To change the bags on this particular model, reach over here and pull the cover off, and this bag is inside like this. You just put it, slip it over this, like this, and then you can put the cover back on. You can stick a hose right in here, port, and then turn it on manually here.
Oh, so you can still vacuum your outside, even though that old port's not on here. Okay. Moving on, all the DRVs have a outdoor TV connection system right here, where you can have stereo speakers, TV antenna, and then composite video. Yeah, so even if you don't have an exterior TV option, you can still have TV outside.
Right.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
This one has a inverter, and that's mounted right here. Some of them have Magnum. This has a Xamtrax. They're about 1,100 watts, 1,000 watts, and they run the fridge only. You can tell this one here is. It's also a battery charger, and that's why you can hear that fan running. It's charging the battery.
Is there anything that maintenance or anything you need to know about this?
Well, there is a fuse. Let me walk right here. There's what's called a fusible link right here. I'll pull the cover off of it. But I've never seen one of those go out.
Okay, but if you did, that's where the
fuse link is.
And then of course, you turn this on inside the coach. And does it matter if you forget to turn it off?
This particular model comes on automatically. So if you forget to turn it off or on, this one's fully automatic.
So it turns itself on.
That's right.
Awesome.
The auto level system on these DRVs, which I think 100% of them are coming with this. I don't know why you wouldn't have this.
Well, you can option to have manual if you don't want that. I mean, I have some people that's done that.
That'd be pretty rare.
There's some out there, but anyway, with this one, go ahead.
You turn the system on, like we're hooked to the pickup right now. First thing you'll do is you'll go front, and which extends the front jacks. and they're extending now. We're going to fix and unhook. The blinking light, orange light, means that side's low, so a little low in the front because of that light. Just tells you. Now if you'll shine the camera over there at the actual hitch on the pickup,
Okay.
I'll tell you when it's just right to pull out from under it. It's almost there. Alright, here we go. About right there is all you need. I'll unplug your safety cable and your RV connection right there. Unlock your hitch and pull out from under it. From this point, you generally just hit on a level and stand back. You notice the coach takes a big dive on the front, so you want to make sure you pull your pickup completely out of the way.
So it drops first for safety reasons to level.
And it takes a while to level, so we'll come back.
Each jack will just come down and then it'll kind of go first front to back, and then it'll kind of do the side to side thing. And then when it's done, it will just say success on there. And then you have to hit enter first or just turn it off though?
When it's a success, you just turn it off.
Alright. So all the jacks are down now. Now it's going to do a little analyzing and whatever it needs. There it is. Success. Just turn it off. Let me see here. And this is the propane door. There's a little cheat sheet right there.
We're still talking about the auto level system on this unit. Now that we've got it unhooked from the pickup, we've pulled it away, we've auto leveled it, it's sitting here level. Show you a few more things. To manually level the coach.
And you would do that if you're at like a spot that's too unlevel, uneven, to level the coach?
It's hard to say, ain't it?
Yeah.
You'll arrow on this scroller, that's the status. These are scrollers. Manual mode is the first. Auto retract next. How level is it? Front to rear. How level is it side to side? Battery indicator, and then back to status. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to manual mode and hit enter. Now all these buttons become live. So if I feel like it's low on the left, I hit the left button. If I feel like it's low on the right, hit the right button. And you can see the display 0.0 is perfect. And so front same way. A negative means it needs to be raised. So we need a little more front until we get to 0.0. So that's how you manually level it. And for different reasons you want to manually level it. One of the reasons is, say the system gets out of calibration, you want to recalibrate it. First thing you do is you'll get you a bubble level and go, I use the island in the kitchen, and manually level it with according to the bubble. Don't pay attention to these numbers because they're probably going to be off, because if it's not calibrated right, they'll be off. Get it level the way you want it. Turn the system off. 10 front, 10 rear. System comes back on, says, would you like for this to be your calibration? Press enter. So then at that point you press enter. That's how you calibrate it. We're going to cancel that because it's already calibrated.
I like to say one thing, like there's times that, like, if you're pulling into a park, somebody's talking to you, or for whatever reason, if you forget to move your truck and this whole thing starts coming down, and oh my gosh, like, you know, you don't have to let it continue on to rest on your truck. Just reach over here and turn it off at any time, and it'll stop what it's doing.
Right.
Okay. You can go on with some of that stuff unless you got more about that.
That's a pretty simple system. That's about covers it.
Okay.
This is a battery disconnect for the coach. You pull this key out, that disconnects about 95% of all 12-volt things.
95%, people.
Not 100. This remains hot. The inverter remains hot. There's some things it doesn't
Your LP
disconnect.
detector.
No, it disconnects that.
Oh, really?
Anything on the fuse box, it disconnects. Anything that's out here, it doesn't.
Okay.
And so, panel light is right here for nighttime. The hitch light is up underneath the hitch. You see those lights up under there?
Yeah.
That's for hooking and unhooking at night. We got SAT 1, SAT 2, and cable connections here. And so if you're at a park with cable, you hook it here. If you got like a pedestal type satellite, then this is where you'd hook it. In my experience, SAT 1 goes to the bedroom, SAT 2 goes to the living room. My experience is this is a gray cable and this is a orange cable. So if you're trying to identify cables inside, this is a Cat 5, like a computer connection right here, and it terminates in there by the TV.
Okay.
And all these cables, you route them through this little hole right here and this little thing right here, so you can close the door. Alright, here's the hydraulic reservoir for the jacks and the slides. You can see it's down here quite a bit. Full is actually about 1 inch from the top, but we want to make sure that you got to hook it to your truck, run the jacks, all 6 of them up, run all the slides in, and 1 inch from the top is where the fluid should be. Don't attempt to put fluid in it with it sitting here like this, or you'll have an overfill condition. Dextron 3 automatic transmission fluid is what we put in there. I wouldn't put anything else in there unless you're like put Caterpillar hydraulic fluid additive if you're having trouble with your jacks. Other than that,
is that what you put when it's popping?
That's sometimes what you put when it's popping.
Okay.
This is the reversing solenoid for the jacks and the slides. This is the breaker for the slides, auto resetting. This box here is for the turn signals and brake lights. Here's the fuse for the turn signals and brake lights. There's only one fuse for all the signals and brake lights, so this is it.